Salutations, subscribers. Rick here, coming at you with part 3 of Cooking the Bot Roast, and this is where we're going to separate the men from the boys and the women from the girls. This is a long haul video. I think this is about 6 or 7 hours that have been edited down to like 2.5 or so. With the avalanche of everything I have to do from running the YouTube channel and keeping the business side of Agony Wolf Media going, this is the best I could do. I just do not have any more time to put into this video. We've got some chill out chip tunes going. This could, honestly, this is probably going to be like background noise for people to fall asleep to. Or if you are really, really interested in editing and how we do things here at Agony Wolf Media, maybe this actually will be educational and interesting to you. We'll see. There might be some more general entertainment value in this for people because I think I started editing at 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, and you can slowly listen to my brains dribble out my ear, and it sounds as if I'm becoming more and more drunk on sleep deprivation as things go. I kept going at a certain point just for science, so there is that to be considered. Maybe that'll be fun to listen to, I don't know. To make matters worse, this is the very first thing I started to record when I started to record this production vlog. So at the very beginning, I didn't think to have a webcam going, so I'm going to disappear for this whole video. And let's see what's... this is going to go up 4th of July weekend, so the views are going to be even worse, so... Let's make that the new goal. Let's see if we can get this video up to 20 views. If we get 20 views on this, I'll feel like it wasn't a complete waste of time. Yeah, I just said that. Anyway, guys, I'm going to just let you dive right into this thing. I want to remind you there are chapter breaks so you can jump through, but the overwhelming bulk of this thing is just a marathon of editing. So, yeah, we are getting right down to the nitty-gritty. We are getting down to brass tacks in this video. So, without further ado, let's get that intro going, and then we are going to get right into the thick of it. What is up, Coggers? It is Rick here, and I thought it just dawned on me on the way back from this film shoot. Why don't I kind of like document the insanity that goes into making an episode of? And this is going to be weird. You would probably want to see how we make the usual stuff here on Robot Co-op. You know, us riffing a game. We're doing something a little different this month because the gaming stuff is really not working out. This is gaming related, though. We took a poll in our last episode and as to what we're going to roast next, and this 90s Funko Land training video is what won, so that's what we're going to be doing. It is 1:40 in the a.m. Just got done with a 12.5-hour shoot. I am absolutely fried, and we have until about 5:30, I'm going to guess, 5:30 p.m. before Nick is going to come in and do his ADR for what we shot today. If you don't know what ADR is, it's automated dialogue recording or additional dialogue recording. That means you have filmed your video, your visuals, and then you have additional dialogue to record for it. So basically what that means is we filmed Topsy talking with other actors' voices, myself and Bethany's, and then Nick's going to come in and put his voice over it, so it sounds like Topsy. And we do that a lot. Unfortunately, we're in a situation this month with everyone's schedules that I've got something like 16 hours, I guess. I'm not going to be able to go to bed tonight. And that used to be very, very commonplace. When we first started the show, I would stay up all night, all the time. It's not healthy. I haven't had to do this in a while. I have a gut full of disgusting McDonald's, because that's all I can get on the way home. The long ride home from the set, it's an hour. That's all I could get was some McDonald's, so I got a gut full of garbage, feeling real good to do this all night. Bethany's asleep upstairs, and yeah, I'm going to be here all night doing this. So we've never done a video like this before, really, and this video was so chatty I couldn't really riff it. I hate talking over dialogue and whatever we're riffing or roasting. So we decided to do what a lot of other folks have done is you let a little bit of it play and you kind of pause it and talk. And the reaction to that seems to be okay when you cut to someone actually talking at you. We've experimented with pausing it and leaving it on screen while we talk, and that doesn't seem to have been very popular. So we're going to do this way and see what happens. Now, what you're looking at here is this is my track. The black is Rick, red's Topsy, yellow is Flux, and blue are actually fan-submitted comments that made it into the final thing. And thanks to everyone who submitted riffs for this. I wish more of them had been able to be used, but it's always kind of a battle as to, like, you know, you have stuff there already and people are submitting riffs constantly as you're working on it. These are what we've worked in. Sorry if we didn't use your jokes. There's so many that were submitted. Anyway, so yeah, and I'll play a little bit of this for you. This is going to sound so awkward and awful because how this works is I go through and I actually record every single character's lines as myself to get it paced out exactly the way we want it. So what would be a good section here? So right here, we'll just go right here. Yeah, this would be a good spot. All of these are me.
Hey, Adam, what's up?
I'm not playing Bible Black. I'm not playing Dead or Alive Extreme. I'm not playing Ona Chanbara. I'm not playing Bubsy 3D. So that was me, Topsy, me, Flux. And it's actually where the idea for the show Playing With Myself came from. The ill-fated Playing With Myself that people seem to want to see come back, but I can't find time to do it, man. But yeah, that was terrible. We have a lot of mic pops in there too with those sounds. But these are scratch tracks. None of this is being heard in the final product. These are all being thrown out because I've already resaid all of these lines on set, and Nick will come in this evening and redo all of these red lines. And Jason, actually, we're fortunate enough to have him at the shoot, and he captured all of Flux's dialogue there. So, we got the whole thing all done, ready to go here. As far as scratch goes, all these black areas are where live action will be placed, and let's see if I can pull it up here. So that's kind of step one, going through and locking down everything everybody's going to say. And that's very time consuming, usually because of everything I have to do. Like, I have to run the business side of things. I have, it's silly and embarrassing to bring up. I have household chores I have to do. I gotta do dishes. I gotta take care of the dog. I got household things to do. I have to get DVD orders in the mail. I have to, run the social media. I have to run the Patreon, all that stuff. This usually takes me a week. And a week gives me about 30 minutes. This is a little shorter. This is going to be about a 20-minute video. And I think we're going to split it into two parts because 20 minutes is just really too much of a commitment we're finding for the YouTube ADD crowd. Present company excluded if you're watching this probably long-haul video. Scripts, Funkoland. Okay, great. Okay, now this is step 2. After all of the comments are locked down in place, for this particular video, since we're cutting away to live action for our riffs, what I had to do here is go through and script out everything that's been said by every character. This ended up being, 25 pages, and not only are you kind of transcribing everything that's been recorded and locked down to it and assigned to every character, you're also thinking about shots. Like, what do you want your shots to be? Do you want it to be a medium wide? Do you want it to be a close-up? Do you want it to be a big wide on everybody? You have to go through and think about all this in your head and kind of play it out in your head as you're going through. and getting everything lined up. And like this video is real different. We never really done one like this before, so like we had a little introduction here. You know, keep it so brief, and the best I could come up with for being brief was 3 pages. Hopefully that doesn't translate out to 3 solid minutes, but it probably will. You usually count about a minute per page. It's not really all that accurate, but it's somewhat close some of the time. So, and yeah, all the way through down here, and these color bars kind of tell us, like, this is how we shoot. Like, this is the big wide establishing shot. We usually do like a big jib shot. A jib's kind of like a little baby movie camera crane for little indie guys like me. You know, we pan up from the floor, we see the characters and what they're doing. And then, you know, you see this. This is an orange text shot. That tells you when you go and you get the static on every channel as Rick flips through on the TV. This is a close-up on a TV. Close on TV. So then it's orange, and that note you know to jump down here to get shot 5. And you get that one too. And then you get shot 7. And then you're all done with orange shots because there aren't anymore. Then you go back up here. And we decided to go after yellow first. But typically you'd go, okay, now blue shots. And you jump to every blue shot throughout the whole thing. And get all of those, and hours go by. And oh wow, it's 1 p.m. time for lunch. We've been shooting for just a couple hours. And you get back to it. Oh wow, it's like 3, 4, 5. It's, okay, we've got all our blue shots. I'm gonna go all the way back up here. Okay, yellow shots, and hours go by. Batteries on cameras die. Memory cards fill up. Things break, puppets stop working right, batteries need to be changed in puppets' eyeballs. Right about here, everybody's pretty miserable. And yeah, it's pretty rough. Nice and hot and sticky almost all the time at all our shoots too, because you can't have air conditioning on or anything while you're doing audio, man. Otherwise, you'll have going through all your audio, and it's useless trash. You can't use it. I mean, you could, but it'd be humiliating, right? To upload a video like that. So, let's get all this stuff cleared out of here. So that's step 2, and it's all scripted out. Step 3, and I'm skipping thousands of little steps when it comes to setting up a film shoot. Kind of have another video that might come out showing you kind of like what's that like, but you spend about a week going through hell setting up everything, and we had a couch to put together for this one and all kinds of stuff. But anyway, got up at 8 a.m. today, drove an hour. It was just me and Jason, who of course voices Flux, and Bethany today. It was a 3-person shoot. We really needed like 5 or 6 people. Somehow made it work. Wrapped around right around midnight. Got home. No, it was later than midnight we wrapped. Anyway, it was over a 12-hour shoot. Now we're back home. I'm exhausted. And here are all our files throughout the whole day. And yeah, that's... Oh, you weren't supposed to see that. Oh, that's not a flattering shot of moi. Let me lay off the 2 a.m. McDonald's. Yep, okay, so we got everything here. Yep, that's our whole day. Now we go select all, copy 96 items, 96 video files. Then we gotta go pick a hard drive to burden with all this stuff. You don't typically put it on your main hard drive where your programs are installed. Hard drives that come in with computers kind of stupidly aren't very big. Oh, like what is this on this thing? How do I even get to the main? God, I don't even know. I never put the main hard drive in here easily gotten to. Oh, here we go. I never have to go here. How big is it? Capacity? Are you kidding me? 751 gigabytes. That's terrible. That's nothing. That's a real pain in the ass. So you can put in these extra. You have to use these external drives. Lossless archive has the most room. So we're gonna say, okay, Funkoland. Oh geez, you guys are gonna see like how atrocious I am at typing. Funkoland, bot roast, raw camera files. And then we're gonna be pulling everything from here. Now, we hit paste and we wait. And oh, that's right. We shot at a slightly different compression setting on the camera today. And we shot, I don't know what the usual is, I can't remember, but we shot at IPB compression on the Canon 5D. And it results in a much, much smaller file size, which initially I'm really apprehensive about. Because, you figure smaller file size, less video quality, but not always the case. Like, it's not going to be really a visible difference. Like, I would never know. This seems a little too bright. I think we shot this just a little bit overexposed, but we'll fix that. Nothing's blown out really, except maybe. That's not too bad. Flux's hand. This is our new couch we got. Our we've got this just to do this bot roast video. Patreon money. Thank you guys for your support. So this has 11 minutes to go before we can. Well, we've already got quite a few files transferred over. Well, I'm going to wait till they're all in before I copy them over. Spoilers in here. This is going to come out way after this video. It's already hit the blocks. You already know Silent's head was in there. And, yeah, man. Long day. Real long day. We haven't been on the ICW XP set for a long, long, long time. We haven't filmed anything on that set for a long, long time. We've been doing... we did away with skits in our online gaming video content because it was just murdering me financially to do that stuff. Hated to do it because if you go watch our Resident Evil 7 video, our series, our big, let's play, whatever, our big playthrough of Resident Evil 7, that is the idealized version of what we would like to be doing. It's basically Season 1 ICW XP format, but it's a video game, and you get host segments. Would love to be doing that, but it's just, like, you can't put in all that. You can't put in... Jesus. Should open Photoshop to demonstrate this to you. So you can't put in this much effort and this much money. This is very silly what I'm doing right now. I apologize. This is scribblings of a madman. The black is our effort and the green is our money. And you can't put in that much effort and money and get back this much in views. We'll say at some point effort translates to views, maybe. I don't know. And get this much money back. That is the formula for bankruptcy and depression. Whoa, that was more discouraged meh face. We want deep sad mouth there. Yep. So that's why you don't see host segments anymore in our online content. All right, we almost done transferring. Well, we're getting some bigger files right here. There's Flux. There's Cylon. Put a cigarette. Oh, we're gonna hear that. We don't want to hear that because that's gonna cross talk with me. Like I said earlier, I hate hearing two things talk at once. A little copy of Game Informer there. I was kind of shocked when I was watching this, and somebody. This guy, not this guy, the subject, our hero here, Adam, started some customers coming to Funkoland, and he starts like trying to scam them into subscribing to Game Informer. I was like, what? He says, yeah, Game Informer is our magazine. And it kind of put two and two together for me because, going to GameStop to buy games every so often for the channel, and they're always getting all over me to subscribe to Game Informer. It's like, oh boy, this is where it all started. We're almost done transferring. But yeah, well, like I was saying, normally this would, like, I would go to bed while these transfer, and it would be, God, how, well, that's hard to calculate, because these files would be gigantic by comparison to this. At least 2 hours, man, probably. Like, I would go to bed and get up in the morning and have it all to start in on, but we can't do that today. We're pulling an all-nighter. I'm gonna feel it. Man. I'm sure when Nick is in here recording, I am gonna be like just a corpse. So, oh boy, puppet shows are bad for your health, kids. Just say no. Okay. Yeah. We've got this all transferred over. Now we're gonna go to Premiere, and we're gonna start a new bin, and we're gonna say camera files. Okay, and we can drag and drop. It's the future. Things are easy, right? And hey, the hell? Come on. Yeah, it's because I said things are easy. What is going on? Are we importing? There we go. Oh god, I hope it didn't import him like a million times over. Hold on. It's blocking my view here. Okay, and just once. There we go. Yep, and then you're gonna see down here Premiere making all of these little disposable sort of files, like XML files, I want to say some of them are. I forget all the extensions, but basically Premiere is gonna make a ton of files that coincide with all of these video files I'm importing, and they're gonna take up a ton of space. And I think I might have them set up to be going on the hard drive, the main hard drive. I'm not sure. Yeah, here we go. Generating peak file. Yeah. And that's one thing I've never liked about Premiere. It's kind of a system hog, and it makes all of these. Every file you import, you get another little file on top of it stuck in a cache somewhere. And it eats up lots of hard drive space real fast. Anyway. Today, there's our nice retro TV. And here we can see the edge of reality. This is exactly the point where Sin of Sorrow stops. Actually, just right here along this board. So we never want to see anything past this area here. So let's see. These have. This is phase 2. We don't want the one with the counts because we didn't actually end up using a guide track today. You guys don't have any idea what I'm talking about there. That's not fun to hear. So we did a few different pans. And this actually might be something we don't even want to mess with, because there's no audio in it for anyone to record. Okay, we did get a pan in there. We did kind of a safety one that wasn't all that fancy, that just comes over from the TV to us. Yeah, lots of chattering and people saying stuff, making inappropriate jokes. It's a good thing we don't live stream our film shoots, man. You'd hear some pretty gnarly shit. God, man, that uniform is so old. It is kind of turned green, really. It doesn't look all that green here, but on the monitors while we're filming, this thing looks like it looks like, I've never seen cloth look like it has gangrene before. Okay. Gotta love all these little folds right here. Nice and flattering. You guys are gonna find out how vain I am. I don't really care. It's not that important. I don't think anybody's tuning in for hot dudes. This show. Okay, so here we got a little more elaborate with our pan. This is a popcorn machine we picked up for the guys to be setting the TV and the VCR on. Got a great deal on it. Wanted to add one to the set anyway. Somebody said something funny here. I'm really cracking up. Don't remember. This wasn't all that long ago. I have no idea. This is Bethany, camera operating on the jib, or poor man's crane. And let's see. While Premiere is making these files, it's not going to run all that great, unfortunately. Yep, and we've been sitting here watching whatever's on this TV for a long time, and we're all real... Ooh. Yeah, that's a little fast. Usually what you do is you go to the last file on a particular set of takes, and, you know, the last one there is the one they were most happy with, because you stopped shooting and moved on to the next thing. Looks like she's still on the jib here, right? This is the tedium, ladies and gentlemen. This looks like I'm just quote-unquote directing here. Yeah. Point at you. Tell you what to do. Damage our friendship. Awesome! Yeah, that's what I think of when I think awesome. We got into a little bit of improv talking about that shit today. So if we're doing that, okay, so we moved on. What is this? This is just me talking about what to do next. I think that's all that is. This is just more like, this is a file you would go and delete because there's nothing in it. It's just me jabbering. I didn't get enough sleep last night. Wah. Our channel doesn't get any views. Wah. I'm broke. Wah. Roast myself a little bit. Everyone's laughing and having a good time. Jason's probably being hilarious. What's he saying?
I think I could fly. I don't know.
I think I can fly. Or we were making voices for the guy on the awesome popcorn. Okay. I think we decided to call him Simple Pan.
Simple Pan.
Simple Pan. Yep.
How y'all doing?
Okay. I have to watch, see how messed up what we're saying is. That's the thing, man. Like, if you're really good friends with people, like, you can joke about just about anything because you all know you're not actual scumbags. There's Jason decorating me with some popcorn. Rick's being real slovenly here. Whacking me with that stuff. I'm actually kind of a neat freak, man, so this is kind of funny to play like a really sort of slobby guy. I guess Rick really isn't all that slobby. It's just has his moments of slovenliness. Would you really care that much if your life had been destroyed like this man's has been? This is just our Simple Pan. Ooh, I really like the popcorn spread there. Very, very 3D. That was a pretty good one. So that's our Simple Pan. But I really want to see this popcorn machine. Yeah. Yeah, that's where Simple Pan came from. How y'all doing? I'm Simple Pan.
I spent $150 on this thing.
Yeah, I'm complaining about funds or something there. So we're gonna drag this down into the timeline, and we're gonna hold Control. We're gonna hold down Command, and that's gonna scoot the timeline there, so we're not dropping it down on top of things, because otherwise, everything's all messed up now. I should turn on key commands to record those. I don't even know if that's possible in OBS. Probably not. Sorry, if you wanted to actually learn something, you're out of luck. So that was our Simple Pan. That was our good take. And what are we doing over here? What? We're off the jib here. So... Oh, this is something you're never going to really see. We needed to get some VHS tape for something, so... and this tape was really well made. This is an episode of Widget the World Watcher from my childhood. I destroyed this tape, this precious tape from my childhood for this bot roast video. And it was really well put together. We tried to, take our hands and kind of get into it and rip it up. We couldn't do it. I said, well, I got combat boots on. Here we go. Yeah. No audio on this for some reason. Must have had the, oh God. Vicious. Must have had the, preamp for the microphones plugged in, but no microphones turned on. That's why there's no audio. Okay, so we're still trying to track down our fancy jib pan, because it's what I want to use. I want to see that popcorn machine, man. So... I only use the one memory card. Is it part of another one? It has to be in here somewhere. We're resetting. That's just a simple one. I'm gonna believe this is part of how fried your brain gets doing this stuff, man. This was just a few hours ago, really. This was this is 11, maybe 11:30 a.m. and it's already just gone. It really, it's so hard to do this stuff, man. In a Hollywood production, there would be probably a guy just keeping track and make sure all these popcorn kernels are in the same place between takes. Probably not, but I'm probably not that far off. Let's see. That one's not bad. You always want to... Yeah, that's pretty good. Got some good popcorn spray there. That's not bad. I think I held long enough maybe after the take. Let's see. All right, looks like we're resetting, getting ready for another one. It's Bethany lugging this gigantic jib over her shoulder, sort of. Put my friends and family through quite a lot for this stuff. Begins to make you feel like a bit of a slave driver and not such a good guy when you gotta constantly you gotta sit there, for sometimes hours, and if you get up you kind of wreck the shot. You have to kind of tell people, okay, go over here and do this, go over here and do that, go over here and do this, and yeah. You gotta make sure you're being polite about it, man. And even still, after about 12 hours, people are grumpy and tired of being there, and the room is very, very, very small with this wide-angle lens. Makes it look maybe medium-sized. It's not. This in reality is about half as long as it looks. And yeah. You start to really feel bad making people. This is the stuff I try to keep away from you guys, because it's not fun. You don't need to know how the sausage gets made. Or do you? I don't know. You might as well know. I kind of like that one. It looked really apathetic in my throw, and we got some good spray here. So, those are part of the same take. It's a lot quicker, isn't it? Oh, this is just the whole file. So this is our Simple Pan. Hi, I'm Simple Pan. Howdy, y'all. Oh, that's pretty good. That's where you don't see the popcorn machine. Nope. Okay, good. I thought she was going to start on that. We do have an effect I like to use that's will kind of smooth out motion Man, I don't know. He didn't really... In this one, we saw the popcorn maker, but we didn't quite get up high enough to really get an idea of like what this is, I feel. And here, it's like, yep, that's a TV. But we don't get our popcorn machine. So this is a decision I'm going to have to make at some point. What to use. Like, this whole thing feels a little bit more put together. And let's see. Okay, this is a time thing. Real quick, we're gonna go back and look at the other pan that was in this other take. This is us setting up for that one, I guess. And we're gonna look at this real quick. I think this is our 3, and we're gonna drop it in the timeline for later, and we will decide later because there is nothing here for Nick to dub. There's nothing here for Nick to do ADR to, and we have to prioritize that over all else right now. It is already 3 a.m. We got a little more sense of the TV there. Oh, we kind of bumped a little. Oh, I know why we kind of started doing anything. We realized we have another monitor here on the wall, and we realized it was appearing in the poster. That's why we kind of ended up redoing some of these, because we turned that off. That's why we did this. Okay. And this is what? 614. And this is 614, so that must be the same one there, because, yeah, we don't have the monitor showing there. That's, we've never really filmed out here on the floor this far before, so we were kind of making all kinds of silly goofs like that. Okay. So it seemed... Oh. Did we not do a pan? Like a full pan with that off? No way. I gotta get rid of this file. There's just nothing to it. It's a waste of my time. It's a waste of our time, and so is this one. This is a nothing file. Sometimes somebody will just bump record or think we're about to start and we don't. Did we just decide, like... I guess we did. Because the reflection's still there in this one. So... Yep, this is what we have. It's 614 over here. And... Probably won't be using this close-up because the camera's still moving. In the place where we would cut to this, you would want to be resting before you do that. So I just thought the artwork on that was kind of hilarious. It's just, ugh. You don't want that coming at you, chomping on popcorn. So none of this is going to be anything for Nick to ADR. And at this point, we're going to want to pull up our script. I'll be damned if I remember everything right now. Yeah, we have it in our Dropbox. Let's actually open this up for real. Preview. Preview's fine. So this is our pan. We kind of changed this a little bit. I'm not flipping through. Close on TV. Okay, so that's what this is. And luckily, behind this is a big green screen. Definitely not the other side of Cinesaro Theater. So we lucked out here. This is just out of focus and stuff like that. This is passable as is. No additional nonsense needed. This shot is another story though. So yeah, we'll pick right around here is probably pretty good. We're just kind of building this really fast. This, yeah, I don't know if we'll ever use that because it's got that reflection of that monitor over there. I could have sworn we went back and did a fancy pan, not a simple pan for that. That should go a little longer. Okay. That's probably good. Back to our script. Okay. So here we go. Topsy has a line here, so we have to do these. So we're going to go find these blue shots. And we shot those real late at night because Jason had to go home. It's just me and Bethany. And they should start. There we go. Around here.
Been shooting at 1600 all day.
Can't turn it up.
We'll stay there. Okay, what am I saying? Shit, son.
You guys get to hear all of the cutting room floor, all of the garbage that ends up on the cutting room floor.
Shit, son, that there.
Yeah, you get to hear me blow my lines 100 times.
What's right before this?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Always got to ask what the shot was before what I was doing, otherwise you kind of lose context.
shit, son, that there zombie apocalypse sure did a number on our viewing options. Shit, son.
Okay, that's Bethany doing Topsy's mouth light there.
Shit, son, that there zombie apocalypse sure did a number on our viewing options.
I think I liked my delivery on that one a little better than the one we just heard.
Shit, son, that there zombie apocalypse sure did a number on our viewing options.
You probably can't hear a damn thing that this Topsy is saying here. And you can tell I'm done. I hope not, though. I can tell it. I hope you don't notice how badly I want to go home.
Juno, spit it out.
Oh yeah, Juno, our dog, was she was down at the house on this property and had had enough of being away from myself and Bethany, and we brought her up here, and she was, of course, there's popcorn all over the floor, and she was just trying to gobble it all up and was gonna make herself sick. So you get to see me tell Juno to cut it out. I'm disgusted with her behavior, apparently.
Juno, spit it out.
There you go. Really, like, he's a dog, man. What do you think they're gonna do? Popcorn all over the floor. Look at this guy. He's disgusted by his own dog's dog-like behavior. What a dick. This is really going on for a while. So, let's have a look what we got so far. Pretty close to being done now, right? Jesus. Yeah, that's probably what's going to end up in the final thing. We probably need to come in a little quicker with that. See, I got to not care about that, though, man. It's so tough not to fix it if you notice it right there. It only takes a few seconds, you know?
Shit, son, that there zombie apocalypse sure did a number on our viewing options.
You see here, focus was on me and not Topsy, so he's a little fuzzy. And a few shots later, I realized this, and I kind of split the focus difference between the two of us. It's one of the tough things. Our lens naturally doesn't have a whole lot of depth of field, so you don't have a whole lot of space. Of course, you can play with f-stop, and which is the aperture of the camera, and kind of give yourself more, but you really can you got to really play with it for a while. And yeah, it's can be very time consuming, and at this point you know, you've had enough. Hey, I gotta bear in mind, I can't. I gotta feel people out the whole time we're working and be like, I don't want to push. I don't want to push anymore. None of these people are being paid anything. So, okay, so we got that shot, and we're going back to our script. I keep thinking I have it open in Word. I don't. I have it open preview. Okay. So I have to decide if, since we're on a time crunch, if I just want to completely skip over anything that doesn't have Topsy. That would be the smart thing to do. It really bugs me to not be plugging things in sequentially, though. We're not going to bed. We are, it's 3:13 a.m. I'm going to sort of get a skeletal edit together as we go. As it goes on, I will start to cut corners more and more. So this will be our first Flux 3/4, and I'm really bummed out, actually. I did not notice this until we got shooting, but Flux this is a dickie that he wears. It's supposed to look like he has some kind of an undershirt. Made many, many, many years ago, and this fabric glue has turned into gross crusties and this sort of little Star Trek-y, I don't know what you would call these, this trim, whatever, has fallen away from where it is supposed to be, and now we just have this gross glue, and this is drooping. It was driving me batty, and this was really, really bothering me. The glare on his shoulder pads, this really upset me, and there wasn't really a whole lot we could do about it. Later, someone, I think it was me actually, came in and kind of adjusted him and got rid of it for the most part, and it was just that one way I didn't try moving him when we were trying to actually get rid of it. Like, oh, we filmed it all with the glare. Gonna get rid of it. These are things I doubt anybody thinks about but me. So you kind of have to try to let go of that. So here we go.
Man, I'm really sick of watching this fly orgy. Man, I'm really getting sick of watching this fly orgy. Man, I'm really getting sick of watching this.
Okay, so this isn't actual performances. These are takes to see what the audio is like. And we have Flux's automated jaw hooked up, so the louder Jason gets, the more his jaw opens. Very cool. He's whispering it, so he barely moves.
Man, I'm really getting sick of watching this fly orgy.
This is all automated. This is going into a microphone and then passing up through a stereo cable up into a control box in his head that opens his mouth wider the louder you get, and narrower the quieter you get. Super cool, and doesn't make a whole lot of noise, unlike the old system, which was absolutely deafening.
You talk about my crusties?
Yeah, I was complaining about it. Like,
Bitch, these were hard. Should be enough, right?
I hope somebody watches this and gets to see this stuff. Comment below if you saw the scene with Flux talking about his earned crusties. See if anybody's still watching at this point.
Should be enough, right? Dynamics.
Yeah, so this is just an audio test. Yeah, so this just got plugged in to the computer so we could take a look at the audio levels. This isn't anything. And I'm sitting here right off to Flux's right and lifting his arm or acting as his hand, as we'll see here in a minute. I don't think we did a whole lot of using the real arm. It was me cocking my hand at a really uncomfortable angle to try and make it look like it's Flux's hand. Yep. Yeah, we're experimenting with that right there. Finding that this is pretty much the only thing that's going to work is these kind of angles. Still not quite right. Let's see if we're actually trying to do takes here.
One more.
Yeah, looks like.
Man, I'm really sick of watching this fly orgy.
Okay. Was not a huge fan of my hand movement there. Are we still doing it here? Or have we moved on to a new line?
Yeah, I just like that they're already open.
Yeah, okay. So this is probably our best take here. Usually, how's that goes? The last.
Man, I'm really sick of watching this fly orgy.
Yeah. Okay. So back to our timeline.
Man, I'm really sick of watching this fly orgy.
God, that doesn't quite work. The angle of that for me. You guys, if you guys go back and watch this video, now you're gonna see all the stuff Rick doesn't like.
Fly orgy.
Yeah, I don't know. It's actually not too far off from the real hand. We would hold the real hand up and kind of get my hand on top of it and be like, yeah, it should be about here. But, you know, you kind of drift. That's way off. Don't want that. Oh, let's see this. Let's see this pointing.
Watching this fly orgy. One more.
Yeah, that's the one we did. Okay, we gotta lower our pickiness a little bit.
Man, I'm really sick of watching this fly orgy.
And of course, since you guys were awesome and bought us our DXA Micro Pro preamp, our audio is baked right into the video, and we don't have to worry about sound sync. We just have to go in and apply a sort of compressor effect to this to make sure it's all the same volume all the way across. We're not going to do that right now. It is now 3:19 a.m. There's one thing I will be able to refrain from spending time on, because the audio is pretty good already.
Yeah, I just like that they're already openly insinuating they hire lazy
Ugh.
sacks of douche at Funko Land.
Don't like the hand movement at all. So we're going to kind of go over here. And that's another thing, too. Like, this is the next thing it's going to cut to on Flux, so, and we can kind of go and pick it out and leave it and then have it. And then you kind of go through it all and do that. And this is into the actual roast, so we're probably not going to really want to get into that. We're kind of piecing together the little intro. I say story segment. There's not really story. It's just force of habit, I guess. The introduction to what these guys are doing. Okay, so we got Flux's line there. Now, extreme close on TV static to kind of... I don't know that this joke is going to really land, man, because Flux... I've always kind of if you look closely at static, which I don't really feel like I should admit that I've ever done. It's like a very idiotic thing to do when you say it out loud. Yeah, we just realized we can't turn that off there. Oh, look at the camera. No, Rick. Jason, yeah. That's not going to work. And then we realized we're looking at the wrong wall here. This is a monitor and some cables, things like that. I was not quite thinking about this when I was writing the script. It's one of those things you get in there on the day and you're like, oh, I'm an idiot. And did we ever figure this out? I think, okay, we did. So now we can see our wall that's actually built to look like it's part of the theater. This other wall has never been built to look like it. If you look at it, this is supposed to bend off into a hallway that goes way down into the theater, and it's not this wall with a heater and a HD TV built onto it for monitoring your puppet show. So let's jump to the last of that. And do we have any more on this file? We don't. Okay, great. So last time the TV goes off is probably... Oh, this is supposed to be the popcorn hitting the TV. I don't necessarily know that we need that. We can see people's reflections moving around here. The shot is getting kind of... Okay, great. We don't need that. This isn't supposed to be here, so if we do decide to use this shot, this is going to mean some After Effects work, probably. Which isn't going to mean a whole lot of work. I'm just going to have to, change this into a fancier looking door or something, and it's out of focus, and our camera's on a tripod, so it's not a whole lot of work, but I would guess it would cost me at least 30 to 40 minutes, so... And we're not going to see this but for a couple seconds if we use it. This is just it hitting the popcorn hitting that. It would go here, I guess. Yeah, our camera's still moving, man. I don't know. see how this plays. This popcorn is suspended in air for several seconds there. And we didn't really get any sound on that one. Okay. It's not bad, but like jumping back to this shot is a little like, why? Does this go for any longer? Or does... It does, okay. I mean, it's nice to have the action... It's nice to get the other end of the action, but... It's now see that I extended this, it kind of works. So, back at TV. Yeah, we got some wiggles there at the beginning I don't care for. Hard to do. Very hard to do. We have a very cheap, crappy jib. So this is going to have sort of a static going over it. Yeah, you guys aren't hearing. Possibly some theater music going, but I would think these guys would find a way to shut it off. I think the lore is they don't know how to shut the theater music off. Or I might tell a joke at some point that Rick is the only one hearing it anyway.
Man, I'm really sick of watching this fly orgy.
So now we're supposed to cut to an extreme close-up. That is supposed to look like a fly orgy. And you picture static in your head, having seen it recently on a modern TV maybe, and then you go turn on this like 1960s, early 60s, I want to say TV, and it's just not that. So this is kind of going to be a placeholder thing, placeholder video clip, and we will go get some static that hopefully looks more like a fly orgy, so this joke can maybe have a chance of landing. I don't know, man. My brain sometimes just comes up with, you know, really abstract, weird shit.
You sick of watching?
Make Tim and Eric go like, what? Fly orgy. Right. That's immediately what you're thinking right now watching this, aren't you? Let's check, make sure we're still recording. Okay, great. Using OBS to do this. It's the same software we use to broadcast to Twitch. And it's pretty good for this. For Twitch, not so much, man. It likes to do all kinds of likes to crash quite a bit. Not a huge fan, to be honest with you, but it's the only thing that lets you record audio tracks to separate files, and that's critical for us for reposting to YouTube. Okay. So that's the popcorn hitting that. So we've added that. Oh god, this is really bright at 3:26 a.m. Not digging that. My retinas. All right, man, we're sick of the fly orgy. We did the extreme close-up on the static. Wide on everyone. Well, that's all I can see now. Rick is saying all you can see in the static are the flies going at it. Rick turns off the TV with the remote. Okay. And we were shooting the wide in the middle of the shoot. I really love this shot, though. This is framed real nice. Couch looks real good. And I can see the TV here. I really like this. It's a pretty shot. You have a nice set. Thank you, everyone. You made it happen for us. Quite a while ago now, but quite the upgrade if you've ever seen the Season 1 set. That pains me. Not really, though. I mean, it was like what you would have had for what the budget we were on, and it made sense that it looked the way it did. And now we have something much better. It looks like this is just kind of, yeah, this is just BS directorial stuff. Let's hope and pray that mics are running. Okay, thank God. Jesus, I do not have to want to redo my dialogue here, because even if you nail the performance, you can't get the mic exactly placed the same way, and it's you're a guy like me that hears that stuff. I hear that stuff on The Walking Dead on television and all kinds of shows. It like jumps out. But me and Bethany both, after years of doing this, I can spot ADR real quick, and especially on our own stuff. I'm like, oh god, it's so obvious.
Yep. Are his eyes not moving forward? Okay, there they
How
are.
do you?
Oh, these guys. I got it.
Yeah, the little cheeks.
Jason's getting the hang of using Flux's eyeball stuff.
So,
I guess he doesn't do it too often.
this is Rick performing a microphone test. I'm
Okay.
looking directly at the TV right now and speaking. Microphone's a little bit further away than I usually like, but it's on access and pretty good.
Yeah, we're just doing a mic test here.
I see.
Because before it was just Jason talking, and now we're both being fed into the camera. I'm in the right channel, and Jason's voice is going into the left channel. We'll pull these two stereo channels apart, and it will become two separate tracks, two mono tracks. And, yeah. We don't have to sync them up.
A
Massive time saver.
good healthy audio signal getting picked up over on the preamp. Now Jason's gonna talk.
No, I'm talking. Yes,
indeed,
indeed,
I'm
I'm walking. But you and me and them are happy. And a poop in the soup and a hip in here.
Did you go pee pee poo poo?
Poo 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 poo.
Oh my god.
Does it go poo poo pee pee?
Oh.
Jesus.
That would be a Swedish chef saying that. Did you go poo poo pee pee? Okay, now
Oh boy, this is embarrassing.
you're gonna want to stop that take.
You know you're in good company and with good friends, and your mind almost instantly turns into mush, right? Get real silly. Okay, so it looks like we're actually trying to make an attempt here. We're still adjusting.
Do that or sit here and try to have an actual conversation with each other.
I'm reading the script because I don't know my lines, even though I wrote them.
Yeah.
Recording them on a microphone and then writing them down on a script doesn't exactly commit them to memory.
We could.
I think we did a lot of takes of this, unfortunately. So we're jumping over a line, a couple lines here, and then this is going to go over here in this area.
Okay.
What is happening? Nothing.
I'll do it a slightly different way. We could. It's either that or sit here and try to actually have a conversation with each other.
Mm-hmm. And right about there is where that would cut. I think Jason liked to take the take before that, and I think I agreed.
It's so weird to hear like the creaking in the eye.
Yes, Topsy's eyes especially, the eyeballs kind of grinding against the eyelids makes a lot of noises, and this, I guess his right eyeball, on our left is always getting red paint kind of scraped up on it. You always have to take sandpaper and kind of sand off the red paint that comes off on his eyeball. Makes it look like he's absolutely blazed, but only in one eye.
I'm gonna do one more.
We're gonna do one more here. Okay.
Wait, did you have your... You haven't turned the TV off yet.
It's not affecting the lighting.
No. In your hand. I mean, would you be holding the remotes?
Yeah, I have it the whole thing because that's how we justify the pausing and stopping.
That's Jason watching out for our continuity, which I believe I made a terrible mistake on with switching Flux's cigarette that he has on his headband over to here for an unrelated video, and then we decided to shoot some more for this video, and I forgot to move it back. So pretty much all that stuff's unusable. Where'd you go, Rick?
Derp.
Where's our cigarette continuity guy? He's right here, and he's fired. You'll see what I'm talking about later. Maybe. The 5 people left watching by that point.
I'll do one more take.
I might be generous.
Sorry.
Look at this bot spreading. It's not really, though. He's actually not taking up much room. It's just this. This is the rudeness here, putting your feet up on the couch.
We could. It's either that or sit here and try to actually have a conversation with each other.
Mm-hmm. Is there another take of this? I'll know when I see some acting. So there isn't any more acting in that take. wasn't really any in the one we're going to use either. So
Steez, live at the
okay, so we've moved on to a new thing here. So right in here, I think. Is this the first?
We could. It's either that or sit here and try to actually have a conversation with each other.
That can't be. Is that the first take of it? No way, we only did that twice. I remember doing that 100 times.
slow.
I am already starting to feel the drowsiness, man. It is kicking my ass. I got some 5-hour energy here I might have to down in a second. I'm feeling hoarse, too. Got my water here. Some Nestle. Pure Life water. It's kind of weird, chocolate company making bottled water. Chocolate water. Oh, that just sounds all kinds of gross. Sounds like a Limp Bizkit album I would rather die than listen to.
We could.
Is that really? Okay. We got it for time. Topsy doesn't even say anything here. We are just murdering ourselves. Can't help myself. Okay. So this line is supposed to be in this shot that we haven't even found yet. I was just saying this while this was rolling to have some cross action, and that means, while you're over here doing this shot, when you're filming this shot, you do a little of this shot so that you have something to cut between. And then it confuses your dumb future self, your dumb future editor self. You're like, whoa, did we forget to film something? Oh Christ! So, yeah, man, I'm getting those that lightheadedness that comes with sleep deprivation. I haven't had to deal with this feeling in a while, so this commentary could really go off the rails and get slap happy. So we're looking for those Rick Topsy shots that are later in the shoot. And there's Jason with my guitar, my Gibson Explorer. And that guitar since I was like 19, I think. It's old, man. Yeah, we're gonna cut like 10 o'clock p.m. Rick in with 10 a.m. Rick. Let's see how much more haggard I appear.
Groped by a clown.
Whoa, groped by a clown. We jumped into the wrong part of that conversation. No, we're too far ahead, I believe.
Number on our view.
So we probably kept rolling camera and did other lines here. And we're talking. What exactly is this shot? I've already forgotten. Welcome to my hell. We can always rob the massacre of VHS tapes. Yeah, so I'm saying we could here too. I believe. So we're looking for a lot of Topsy mouth flashing because he has the first line.
We could.
That's probably what we're after right there. Looks like we didn't quite catch the beginning. Okay, so we have a take here. And we're going to hold down command to scoot everything ahead. Give ourselves some room. Spread out. Do we do another one? I think we felt comfortable with that first take, I guess. Usually do at least 2. Just to make sure. Call those safety takes, usually. Oh, God. Oh, excuse me. Oh, I didn't even think about how much yawning is probably going to be in this video. Maybe I'll put like an amusing sound effect instead of listening to my humanity. No, my brains just kind of evaporate out of my mouth. Oh God, I'm gonna regret putting this up, aren't I? Boy. Okay, so we got that. And now we're going to cross it over into our wide. It is now 3:49 a.m. No, it's 3:39 a.m. God. And I feel like we're a little too close to the beginning of that when we're hearing Topsy speak. There we go.
We could.
So we would want to come in right about here. Hopefully I did pretty similar movements. It's always very tough to go from a medium wide like this back into your wide or your master, especially when you shoot things, you know, the way we do, and we kind of skip or hop. I'm trying to think of the word. Kind of hopscotch our way through. Well, I'm proud of myself. I was not going to be able to find those words, and I found it. The hopscotch. You hopscotch all these greens and everything, and then you come way back hours later, and you kind of try to move the same way. It's tough.
We could. It's either that or sit here and try to actually have a conversation with each other.
So did those really cut together well?
We could. It's either that or sit here and try to actually have a conversation with each other.
So I'm hearing like a little breath there, so the audio needs a little work, but I feel like the cut's okay.
We could. It's either that or sit here and
So you can hear a little bit of my breath there. I believe that's fine.
actually have a conversation with each other.
Alright, that's probably long enough for that to hang. The joke is they don't really want to talk to each other. They just want to watch things and make fun of them. Yep. Yeah, I'm definitely going to go find silly noises to replace my yawns with because, you know, if anyone's awake anyway by this point, yawns are going to take you right off to Never Never Land. Like Simple Pan, he'll take you off to Never Never Land. Hey, y'all want to go flying to Never Never Land? Yep, I'm already embarrassed of this commentary track. Okay. So, now we're going to go all the way back up here. And we're going to cut to Flux. Digging around for VHS tapes. If I'm really lucky, I'll get a rough edit together before Nick comes over this evening to do ADR. And I'll be able to get maybe an hour or two of sleep in. That would be great. God, my voice is starting to get weird. So this is Flux opening the back cabinet. I don't think we've ever really shown this on the show before. It's very dim back here, so this is probably going to be really grainy footage, so I'm going to probably want to do a little bit of color grading and touch-ups to this. So that's Flux opening the back counter. These are the guys like not wanting to talk to each other, so we cut, open that. Probably don't need to see it for even that long. And, okay. Yep, okay, we got it open, and then we're going to want to go back. So we filmed that after the fact, because I was kind of like, people aren't going to know where the hell this is. And we saw this writing that ended up on there. I don't want to see that. Alright, I think that's the take we found most acceptable. These are real VHS tapes that I pulled out of my childhood collection. Gotta have banjo. I thought this was quite relevant. As I think this is actually, I think this might have come out. No, this is 98. I think the Funko-Land video's from 93, so that's not era appropriate. X-Men cartoon, absolutely outstanding stuff. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2. And this destruction you see here is Widget the World Watcher. I had forgotten we had taken Cylon's head off for the gag in at the end of the Resident Evil 7 thing, where his head's a gigantic ball of mold. I'd forgotten his head. We didn't reattach his head. We wanted the lights to be lit up, and we wanted his full body in here. And realized on the set as we were setting all this up that his head was still decapitated and wires aren't hooked up to his batteries. So this is going to mean going in After Effects to light his eyes up if we want that. And I kind of wanted to get Zach to call up Zach and see if he'd say just like kill me or something, and I could light up his mouth digitally. That's a bit of work. And if Zach's busy, I'm not sure when he can get to it. So we may just leave it like this. You guys know what happened because you've already seen this. So that's probably a little long to linger on that. I just want a little quick flash. Yeah, that's probably good. Funkoland. Flux has decided our fates. Okay, let's kind of watch a little bit of this together. Always backtrack a little bit and see how things are going. This is also kind of interesting. Of course, this label's fake as hell. I'm sure everyone will pick up on that. I printed that off on my printer at home. This is a kind of a good document maybe so I can watch back and look at my bad habits in editing and kind of improve myself. When you kind of talk things through, your actions kind of become a little more tangible to you and noticeable instead of just subconsciously doing this stuff. And you also go hoarse. Rick Reflex violently slams the candy counter door shut. Yeah, we didn't read this very closely, did we? Did we? Oh. I hope there's some entertainment value in this, listening to me slowly just dissolve mentally. Maybe if we can make it work, we'll see Topsy's old head or Cylon. Yeah, Topsy's head would not have fit in there anyway. Wide on everyone. Rick Reflex is kneeling in front of the TV. This was a pretty complicated thing we set up here. And to get Flux down on the ground, and we used a little footstool to... Ooh, yeah, Rick. Okay, that's that McDonald's. That's that 2 a.m. McDonald's right there, dude. I am working out every other day now. And I managed to get all of the junk food out of my life for a couple months. And... on a night like tonight, it's towards the end of the month. We don't have any food in the cupboards. And I'm low on cash, so I'm eating trash. Try to stick to chicken and broccoli for lunch every day, but it just ain't always in the cards. Okay, so this is the shot. Flux looks like he's doing terrible things to the popcorn machine. That would be Topsy's bag. Okay, so we're going to kind of find the last time Jason speaks. Look at that. Look at that authoritative point. Ugh. I hate that.
Funko Land training video. You got a good one.
Well, we better go listen to them all. Buckle up. Buckle in for this.
Funko Land training video.
That's a fine take anyway on the vocal performance, so that is what's getting used.
Funko Land training video.
You can hear a pop there, or a plosive, or whatever you want to call it in the mic. That's when stuff happens.
Funko Land training video.
And we have protective windscreens. I like to call them microphone condoms because I am a 12-year-old on these mics, and sometimes the raw power of Jason Chaffee comes right through them. You can't contain him. So, and then we're gonna go back here to this close-up of Flux's hand, putting in the VHS tape. Recently live streamed on the old Agony Wolf Media channel, and someone made me aware of a format I had never heard of. DVHS, which apparently has higher video quality than DVD, which is insane to me. I guess it was an early way to watch HD video at home. It just absolutely blew my mind and made me feel like I know nothing about the world. And we got kind of a continuity problem here because we needed to put Flux's hand on the popcorn machine to kind of brace him so he didn't fall forward. And we don't see that here, so we may need to crop in a little bit. And you never want to do that if you can avoid it, because, well, his thumb's there. Yeah, you probably wouldn't see it. Alright, that's probably not a big deal. We didn't really get a look at it. So what we're going to do here, and like, I don't think the VCR made any noise really anyway. So then that's a bummer too. We should have had a mic on this so we could get the sound of what was going on there. But yeah, that's the audio for that. Flatline. So delete. And we're going to scoot this into this shot a little bit.
Funko Land training video.
Yeah, I kind of want to see the label just a little bit more, maybe.
Funko Land training video.
It took us probably 6-7 minutes, maybe even 10 minutes to get him set up safely like this, and it still was very precarious and very nerve-wracking. He was go flying. We were all very nervous about it.
Funko Land training video.
Yeah, I kind of want to. I was just thinking, like, man, and you see that for like what? We're at 103.08.
Funko Land training.
And then 105. So it's like nothing.
Funko Land training video.
Okay. That'll have to do for now. We'll get these all paced out perfectly in the final edit. So now, flux looks enough. And like really this shot actually in the script isn't supposed to follow that one. So we've kind of been wasting time. So this goes all the way over here. It's kind of silly that he wouldn't press the tape in by that point, but you know, Goofy Puppet Show, right? Just relax. So we're cutting back to what? Okay. Stay awake, Rick. You can do this. Medium wide. So, and now we can kind of cheat a little bit because we know. Let's see. We're okay. So we can say reveal in project, and it'll take us right to the Rick and Topsy medium wides. And it would probably be this one here.
Oh, we are not watching porn.
Yep, okay. Okay, so that's not the same one because I'm doing that.
That sounds like a great place to get groped by a clown.
Groped by a clown. Odd delivery.
Whoa, we're not watching porn. Funko Land. That sounds like a great place to get groped by a clown.
I blew it. I forgot the next line. Could just cut out bring the kids. I can't hear what I'm saying because of the way I'm recording this. Maybe you can. I don't know.
Whoa, we are not watching porn. Funko Land. Well, that sounds like a good place to get groped by a clown. Bring the kids.
It's like Rick's kind of in full like he's in full I don't give a shit mode.
Whoa, we are not watching porn. Funko Land. Well, that sounds like a good place to get groped by a clown.
I feel like it's probably going to be funnier there without bring the kids. So we're going to lose that line.
Training video.
Nope. Don't want any of that. Hopefully. Yeah, my head's moving there. That doesn't work.
Funko Land training video.
Whoa!
See, because you see here, these are the little problems you get into when you shoot this way. See my head back here start to turn, and then we cut to this. Now, if your focus is here on flux, no big deal. But if you happen to just for some reason, and you should, I mean, the human eye is drawn to what's in focus. If you do happen to be if you're straight over here, you're gonna see some action that doesn't match. So let's see. Let's look at this other take. Maybe. Yeah. So none of it's gonna match. So we're just gonna have to live with that.
Whoa, we are not watching porn. Funkoland? Well, that sounds like a good place to get groped by a clown.
I hear this stuff so many times. You hope it's funny. You don't know anymore. You assume not. So we're at 1 minute and 15 seconds, and where are we? We are on page 3, and we're only at 1 minute and 15 seconds. So these are quick pages, which is good. Good. And we'll probably start this episode off the same way we have been everything since we started Robot Co-op. You get a really strong joke right out of the gate. No introduction. It's called a cold open. Kind of a flash forward cold open. And then you get your little intro, and then you go back to the beginning. I think it's a good way to just immediately just tell people like what the core of the content is going to be and what you're going to be watching for most of the video. Okay. Ooh. Okay. So now Flux pushes in the tape.
Place to get groped by a clown.
No one has anything to say to that.
Good place to get groped by a clown.
Sometimes it's funnier, like no one acknowledges what the hell he's saying. I gotta watch the F-bombs, man. I don't want to have to edit this. F-word ain't allowed on the YouTubes no mores. YouTube's trying to become Disney XD, apparently. Okay, so there is a line there, so that's not going to be just hollow, like, dead air. Oh, I thought that was kind of funny. People are just like, yeah, I mean, if you do yell, that sounds like a good place to get groped by a clown. You're probably... Oh, it's groped by clowns. Oh, it's funnier at plural, I think. Oh, well. Can't do anything about it now, really. Funkoland was GameStop before GameStop. It says Topsy as this action is occurring. And then it goes. I got really lucky. I needed a VCR, and I found this laying around in a trash pile up at the old Agony Wolf Media location. So we are... Sorry, I drowned for a second there. Flux plops back down on the sofa. That would have been one of the last things we filmed with Flux. Because we didn't want to disturb him and yank him up off the couch until he absolutely had to. I think it was before this. Yeah, it's going to be this right here. I got my hand deep up his beehole. And letting him drop.
2, 3. GameStop was Funkoland, dude.
Yep, I can tell that is the take to use.
GameStop was Funkoland, dude. GameStop was Funkoland, dude.
Alright, cool. Man, that glare is out of control. Oh, well. I really need to replace all these with just like fake brands, but when we were doing it, I didn't really think we'd get to the level we are now, and I think these may become a problem for us when we want to try to get on Amazon Prime or any of those kind of streaming services. This laziness, oh boy. After everything we were doing, it was like the one corner I cut. It's like, I don't think we're going to be able to afford to get the crow. I mean, this is an obvious, like, wink thing here, crows. I don't know. We can maybe scam the crows people into letting us use their product in our videos. But Junior Mints, we probably ain't got Junior Mints money. We definitely ain't got Raisinets money. Like this, I imagine that's a Nestle product, right? I'm drinking Nestle water. I almost wanted to live stream this, man, but like, keeping up with. I would have had to have completely ignored comments, and that's not nearly as fun. You gotta chat with the folks. Gotta chat with you folks. All right, so we're jumping ahead to Topsy close-ups. So it would be the first one here. And this is a problem. We can see our green screen here. That's pretty easy to fix. I'm kind of go in After Effects and lasso this area, cut it off, and say suck all the green out. Or you could actually green screen it and just put a layer behind it that's black or something. Something that's not obviously a video shooting studio on the other side of your set. Okay.
Great! Buckle up, bitches.
And I think I redid this because I saw this. This is that red paint that I was telling you about that's always scraping off on Topsy. Again, probably something nobody would ever pick up on in a million years but me. But, you know, kind of OCD about it.
Have you ever drunk Baileys from a shoe?
We're way too far ahead there, jeez. And this is really worrisome. This cross traffic here, that's either me or Bethany moving around. Real bad stuff. The way you fix that is you kind of freeze frame, and your camera's locked down. You would freeze frame a frame of this and lock it, and then overlay that on top of your footage, and you would not see that movement anymore. Of course, then that freeze frame doesn't have the grain that this stuff would have, so you have to go in and add some film grain. Otherwise, on some TVs with different brightness and gamma settings, people might see that there's some grain or noise here and then none here. And I was like, what's that about? A little weird looking. I don't know what it means, but it's weird. I don't like it. You gotta think like a viewer, right? Yeah, we're way too far ahead here.
Hey! Buckle up, bitches.
No, maybe I didn't redo this after cleaning the eye. Not a big deal.
Great! Buckle up, bitches. Prepare your bodies to learn the sensual art of upselling pimple-faced brats and product pushing to clueless parents.
I swore I did this 1,000 times, that one. Maybe it just seems like it at that point in the day, because this is real late in the day. Why does that jump so far ahead? That's crazy. Well, that take's acceptable, so we're using it. So, get in here and trim the fat. Topsy's mouth is also voice activated now. Frees up the hands to do more things. Had a manual clicker before. Now we just plug a microphone in and we have mouth light.
Was Funko Land, dude.
Great!
I feel like we don't need to hang there that long.
Was Funko Land, dude.
Great! Buckle up, bitches. Prepare your bodies to learn the sensual art of upselling pimple-faced brats and product pushing to clueless parents.
I had a few people politely point out to me that kind of leave a little bit too much of a hang on some things. I'm trying to make the editing a little more snappy, a little more peppy. Okay, so now we're going back to wides. Oh, I might have to hit that 5-hour energy soon, man. I can feel it. I am feeling like a less and less reanimated corpse by the minute. Eyes are starting to kind of burn looking at this. Okay, feeling very lightheaded. Throat hurts. This is the whiniest, I don't even know what you call this. This is way too long to be a tutorial. This is just kind of like, I don't know. A torture hangout with me? I don't know. I don't know what you call this. Am I inventing some kind of new genre? Just long form documentation of an edit for a YouTube video? I don't know. You kind of got to be the first at something or you're the last, you know? Yeah, we're going back to the why. But what are we saying? Why? Damn it. This is going to gargle goat nards. That's quality writing right there. Oh, big yawn. My entire skull is burning right now with go to bed signals. This is us just talking and not doing anything. Should just delete that.
Is that his line or?
Figure out what the hell we're doing. Yes, when Topsy's battery gets low, the eyes start moving in a very jerky way, like. And he eats through batteries real fast. Oh, F-bomb from DeBethy. So, I'm realizing I'm going to have to go get some batteries. There's Bethany. Oh, I always have a supply of batteries back there, but we ran out of them today because something was just eating through batteries like crazy. He was eating through batteries like crazy too. I'm hearing dirty words. Yeah, I don't know what it is, man. Just, these things just destroy batteries. If you ever need some batteries destroyed, just let me know. I'll put them in Topsy. They'll be gone in about an hour.
That's crazy too. This one doesn't. This is running his eyes and his mouth, and like they last.
Yeah, Flux's batteries, or I don't know. They just don't. It's crazy. Like the mouth control and the eyes are running off the same power source, and his batteries almost never die. This guy though, and it's just his eyes. I don't get it.
It's not such a. I don't know. Don't be grabbing my ass.
Yeah, you should be so lucky. What am I saying? Okay, I think we called it there and said we were happy.
You went needs to go a little quicker. And like, it'll be like, this is gonna gargle goat nards and tickle turkey testes.
Oh boy. Oh boy, this is Oscar stuff, man. Nope, not it.
This is gonna gargle goat nards and tickle turkey testes.
This is gonna gargle gonards and tickle turkey testes live at the Apollo.
All right, that is our take. Oh god, what was that? Is that like a bad ground or something? Oh, it's strange sound, strange signal going through that microphone. Hopefully that's never happening while someone's talking. That results in Rick having to call up people and bother them and say, "Hey, please come to my house and say this one thing again." And then me going like, "I can give you some food. You want some free food to say the one sentence?"
This is gonna gargle goat nards and tickle turkey testes.
This is gonna gargle gonards and tickle turkey testes live at the Apollo.
Okay. Classy stuff. I don't know why I don't know, man. The script was just like, this is gonna suck. Which maybe is the better way to go. I don't know. But it seems so bland. And like, I don't like gross out. Not that this is really gross out, it's just words. I don't really like lowbrow gross out stuff at all, really, but I don't know. Sometimes it gets in there anyway.
Turkey testes live at the Apollo.
Alright, so that's our whole intro, and it ended up being subtracting the intro to the intro. Get a minute and 44 seconds. Quite good. Alright, so now we are actually into the roast part of the video.
Live at the Apollo.
Since we're going into the actual roast here, I feel like that could use an extra couple seconds just for padding.
Live at the Apollo.
That feels like too much. These riffs are up way loud. Well, it's because they're being compressed and normalized and all that good stuff, and the camera audio has not.
Did somebody accidentally drop this video in the toilet? Ugh.
Again, we're going to hear the three Ricks thinking they're very funny. Jabberjaw at this. So, and like I said earlier, these black segments are where live action goes, and these are our short film. We are poking and prodding at. 4:21 a.m. 4:21, of course, the day that we uploaded our God of War stream to YouTube. And the Ukraine exploded with robot co-op fever. That's right. Okay. So, this is going to cut into medium 3/4 on Rick, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. Oh, it's on Rick and Topsy. Okay. So, we go back and find one of those. It's right here. We say reveal in project. God, it is taking every ounce of my strength to keep my eyes open right now. I'm hopefully I get a fourth wind, I think you would call it, by this point. Okay. Okay. Well, I can't hear Bethany. What's Rick saying?
We could.
We could again. And we never got to it on this take.
That sounds like a great place to get groped. Wow, Funko Land and professional sales in the same shot. Look at these special effects.
It's always tough when you're trying to get like a quick edit together because your first impulse is to grab a good, not grab any take, but grab a good one, but not the perfect one. You gotta watch. And you do. I mean, some of these things you do 10, 15 times. And it's not because you're blowing it necessarily. It's because you're just like, you're trying to get the magic take.
Juno, stop it. Spit it out.
And Juno eating more popcorn.
Put one in your mouth, get yelled at, spit it out. Put one in your mouth, get yelled at, spit it out.
I've had enough of her doing that.
I'm still in noob sales.
God, this shirt I'm wearing under here is brand new, and you can just look at this like 15-year-old BDU shirt. The hat isn't very old at all, though, and it matches. That's funny. Maybe this is like a sort of I emit a field that just wears clothing, wears the color out of clothing. It's getting harder and harder for me to form complete thoughts or express myself clearly. This is really more of a sleep deprivation experiment at this point than anything else. I have to keep going for science. I don't notice anything particularly
Wow, this is like bright cyan.
that much more impressive about that one than the other one we already used.
Oh, I get it.
They seem comparable. And we appear to be looking through the script, looking for the next thing to move on to.
Josh.
So we're going to cut in right about here. And we should really kind of back up our work and go forward in a non-destructive manner. We've already kind of done that, but we can save ourselves, right? Wow. I'm tired enough to where it's starting to actually cause physical pain. It's like, this hurts. The state I'm in right now hurts. Perfect time to edit together video. Okay. So we're doing Funkoland Phase 2 is the name of our sequence. Just so we have a backup at this point, in case something just goes catastrophically wrong, or we need to reference something the way it was. We've now made a copy and renamed it. And this is a little something we're working on. Oh, God! I don't want to see that at 4:26 a.m. I don't want to see that at freaking 12:46 p.m. You guys got some horrible stuff coming your way if this video succeeds. I mean, great stuff. Okay.
And professional sales in the same shot.
Wow.
All right, so we got get a little tricky here because I start speaking while the video is still going on this one.
Same shot. Look
Yeah, so we're gonna go a little more forward here,
at these special effects.
and like all of this can go. That's kind of a tough thing. You can't hear her at all. Hopefully that'll be better once we go in with compression and stuff.
Wow, Funkoland and professional sales in the same shot. Look at these special effects.
Kind of still like on the S of shot. I'm gonna come in on that.
Wow, Funkoland and professional sales in the same shot. Look at these special effects.
The music diving out's a little jarring, isn't it? Hopefully that's just me right now.
Wow, Funkoland and professional sales in the same shot. Look at these special same shot.
That kind of needs to stop right there. And we're gonna jump forward. That's I guess you would put it here on this video track. Okay.
Wow, Funkoland and professional sales in the same shot. Look at these special effects.
Oh. We have lost sync.
Special effects.
How'd that happen? Probably when we unlinked.
Special effects.
Okay, now we're back in the game here, baby. Oh, God, my eyes hurt, man. My eyes hurt, my mouth hurts, everything hurts.
Wow, Funkoland and professional sales in the same shot. Look at these special effects.
Pretty good delivery. It seems like exactly the right amount of time. I was very impressed with our friend Ron McAdams, who submitted quite a chunky little script, a little goodie basket of riffs for this. And while I was writing for this, I was like, man, I wish I knew what the music was for from this game that this kid's playing. And sure enough, Ron identified it and identified it in his riff submission as Castlevania for Game Boy. I think it's called Castlevania Adventure or something silly like that. I was like, yes! I'm so glad someone knew what it was, because it eluded me entirely. Had no idea what it was. Can't exactly use SoundHound for probably the majority of video games. Can't imagine the soundtrack to a Castlevania game, Game Boy game, is on SoundHound's radar.
Wow, Funkoland and professional sales in the same shot. Look at these special effects. Juno, stop it. Put it out.
Scolding Juno again.
Yep.
And he looked over at me there. So, and like here we actually have to kind of like pick out the take you're going to use, because Nick is going to match his voice to these mouth lights. And you have a lot more leeway with syncing up with this than you do a human mouth, but you still want to get it as close as you can on every level. So we're going to unenable. I'm not going to enable these guys anymore and their bad habits of being activated video files.
Wow, Funkoland and professional sales in the same shot.
Yeah, you can kind of line it up a little better this way. God, if anyone is watching this right now, you are a saint. Thank you so much for your time. I imagine only those interested in becoming editors or filmmakers or something are watching this at this point. Ugh, I'm gonna get the microscope out. Make sure. Oh, that's how things go out of sync, Rick. Get with the program.
The same shot. Look at these special effects.
I wonder if that's going to be a little awkward and jarring audio-wise, because you have like that music going on the Game Boy, and you cut back to probably no music at Sinisaro here at the theater. I don't think I'll probably put music on this. Seems unnecessary. Seems like it might be a distraction. I don't know.
Wow, Funkoland and professional sales in the same shot. Look at these special effects.
Okay, and I assume Bethany did a fine job reading her line. I can't hear a damn word she's saying. All that matters is that the mouth lights up the right amount of syllables for Nick's voice. 4:33 a.m. I don't know how I'm gonna Like it's I want to hang in there so bad, man, but I don't know that I can. I don't know that I can. Like, I think I might need a nap. I'm gonna see how I feel in about 20 minutes. I just don't want to tap out, man. Just don't want to tap out. Absolutely awful. And if I go to bed instead of laying on the couch on down here, which is kind of uncomfortable, I'm getting like a couple hours. You know, I should be able to get a couple hours sleep because the couch down here is uncomfortable. If I go upstairs and go to our super comfy bed, our real bed, I don't think I'm going to be getting up until like 11 a.m. or something. I haven't gone to bed this late in quite a long time. I haven't seen 5 a.m. in a long time.
Steve's live at the Apollo.
Ah, did
That's paced perfectly, actually.
somebody accidentally drop this video in the toilet? Ugh.
And of course, this is supposed to be Flux and Topsy, not me.
Wow, Funkoland and professional
covered
sales
this.
in the same shot. Look at these special effects.
The classic sounds of one of the worst Castlevania games.
Hey, Adam. What?
Alright, so I happen to know this is going to be a wide. Click here, we'll say revealing project to hop right back to where the wides are. Probably the next one, maybe.
I'm not playing Oni-chan, Bara.
Yeah, I'm not playing Bubsby 3D.
Is he saying Busby or Bub? Never got into Busby. Or Bupsy. Bupsy? It's Bupsy. The worst PlayStation game ever made. Bubsy 3D. That's, oh god, I hope he... I probably said it incorrectly to him, and that's why he's saying it that way.
This is gonna gargle goat nards.
So I'm sure it's my fault.
I'm not playing Oni-chan, Bara.
Yeah, I'm not playing Bubsby 3D.
Oh, he got it right, thank god, okay. I'm sure he knows that game. Bethany might have been helping us out by deleting takes we knew we didn't like. Sometimes she does that.
I'm not playing Bible Black.
That seems to be the only take of this we have on here. She must have been deleting bum takes. What a sweetheart. What a wonderful woman I have. I always feel terrible at the end of these shoots. They're so grueling. They're so grueling. It's one of, you know, like we covered earlier, it's one of the reasons we don't really do the host segment thing anymore is for our online content like we were. It's just too much to ask of people. You're not able to pay them anything. I mean, you know, that sort of thing's commonplace early on, but in year, like, what is this, year 11? It's just kind of like, man, come on. Come on. People got adult shit to do. Now we're going to go... Oh, God. I've only been tired enough once to hallucinate. I was driving, and it wasn't really hallucinating, it was dreaming. Dreaming in micro sleep. We were driving back from a show in Minnesota. I was in my first band, and I remember following my guitar player's car, and I think we were getting pretty close to home. I was driving our van, and he was driving in a separate car, and I remember distinctly his car was a 50s UFO, like classic 50s UFO. And I was like, whoa! And yeah, came to my senses pretty quick. It was just like, actually, that's pretty Silent Hill, right? If you know about those secret endings. It was late at night.
Yeah, I'm not playing Bubsby 3D.
This fat enhancing BDU shirt I'm wearing here. Let's get a good look at that. Yeah. Take that past me. I would really replace this whole thing if we weren't about to end ICW XP. give this character a permanent wardrobe change that I guess you're probably not going to really see again. But, yeah, this thing's kind of shrunk many times in the wash. That's my excuse, yeah. And, it's kind of a snug fit to begin with. Humiliating. Let's move on. Come on. Yeah.
What are you doing? You actually want to get views?
I'm walking her through dialogue there.
Yep. I don't know. Can you get in trouble for shooting guns in a gun store? That's your delivery.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah. That's called line reading, and you really shouldn't do it. And I do it all the time. I'm sorry. I'm telling them what the delivery is, not line reading. Come on.
Can you even get in trouble for selling guns at a gun store?
That's me disgusted with Flux. I think I was probably turned about that far. I feel like my facial expression doesn't match at all there.
Can you even get in trouble for playing?
That doesn't work, right?
Can you even get in
Fudge. Heckin' fudge. And you know, like, you have the cards, the video files on your camera, so it's kind of like, I'll go back and find it, but there's really no way to identify stuff. I mean, I guess you could write down what the video number is, because you can see that on the camera for reference to go back, but man, you have such, like, just absolutely breakneck pace to get this stuff shot. It is so stressful, and like, unless it is absolutely necessary to get the thing done and shot on time, you kind of, you you skip it, which is dumb because you get a better product if you were to do something like that. But
Yeah, I'm not playing Bubsby 3D.
that's his face just doesn't match. I got this big scowl on my face in the wide.
Can you even
I
get in
guess
trouble
it's
for
not that
playing
bad.
video games at a video game store?
You're seeing all the corners I cut watching this, man. They are there. For all the praise we get for our production value, they are there. Oh, yeah. Looking down at my iPad of lines there. I'm holding an iPad down there in my lap with my lines. Kind of dropped character at the end of this. That's probably good right there. Okay, so...
Well, for playing video games if you work at a video game store. I don't know.
And there's the scratch track.
Exit Funko Land.
Yeah, serious applicants only.
What do you say? Are you ready to try?
Yeah, okay, so we can cut back. Oh, wait. Someone said serious applicants only. What is it? What is all that?
You even get in trouble.
Okay, so there's a flux line there.
Yeah, serious applicants only.
I don't think we ever... I don't remember saying that at the shoot.
Implying that they hire lazy.
So that's a problem, but these two lines are kind of like unnecessary, so they can go. Guys, I am gonna tap out here for just a little bit. You're gonna see a cut. You've probably seen many of them, knowing me by this point. My eyes are on fire. My throat is on fire. I hear birds chirping. I am disgusted by that sound. Everything is kind of achy. My tum-tum hurts from the McGut rot from McDonald's. It is not a quality restaurant like Burger Bang. Or, I mean, it is not an acceptable restaurant like Burger Bang. And, yeah, I'm going to try to get probably 2 or 3 hours of sleep. I'm just going to go crash on the couch real quick and come back. It'll just be like time travel for you. And hopefully I can, I'll recharge the battery just a little bit. I'll see you guys in about 3 hours. Peace. So, I am back. Hopefully I have a little more pep in my step. The 3 hours became 5 hours. I feel about 40-50% better. That's not true. I feel a little bit better than that. My eyes aren't burning anymore looking at the screen. My throat still feels a little off, a little scratchy. I feel like I can concentrate better, and yeah, we're gonna dive in here and get some stuff done. It kind of dawned on me, like, hey man, you got a map of every time Nick speaks, Topsy speaks, right here. It's really the only areas you need to be worrying about right now. So why don't you do that? Thing is, though, I kind of realized I believe Nick has next Monday off that he can dedicate to come in and do this as well. Or he doesn't have it off; he has to come here after his job, but he does have some time available in the evening afterwards, like he does tonight. I only get Nick for about 2 Sundays. He has about 2 Sundays a month available. I just see him the one time a month usually. But had a family trip earlier this month, so yeah. Things did not quite work out the way they usually do. So, let's take a quick look at what we managed to get cobbled together last night in our drunken stupor of sleepiness. Flux just looks so cool. Yeah, okay. Have to do some After Effects stuff there if I keep that shot. Closer we get to the
that there zombie apocalypse sure did a number on our viewing options.
shush. The closer we get to the end of the month, closer we get to
Man, I'm really sick of watching this fly orgy.
closer we get to not being able to post our episode and claim our Patreon, my monthly Patreon cash. The more things like shots that have to be worked on in After Effects will become deprioritized.
Could. It's either that or sit here and try to actually have a conversation with each other.
Yeah, well, that's not going to happen. Who wants to talk to these Happy Meal toys? Can you imagine Flux actually like moving that much? That kind of cracked me up. Like, so animated right there, the hand. Maybe it actually, maybe it isn't a good thing to have this hand going wild, because then when you see him in his full glory, it's kind of like, oh, very stiff robot. But this hand is just absolutely animated.
Funko Land training video.
Whoa, we are not watching porn. Funko Land.
Now we're gonna have to like, that's another thing. We're gonna have to boost. Well, this is something we'll probably do right before Nick comes in, is go in and boost these audio levels, because you cannot hear Bethany at all here. We'll have to really boost the audio there, and we're going to get a bunch of hiss along when she speaks. Hopefully it isn't too distracting, because Nick won't be able to hear this even in headphones, what she's saying. And he has to match her pace exactly. Well, not exactly. That's a mouth light. It's not like lips, but pretty close.
Funko Land. Well, that sounds like a good place to get groped by a clown.
And Hopsy has a line here, off camera.
GameStop was Funko Land, dude.
Great! Buckle up, bitches. Prepare your bodies to learn the sensual art of upselling.
Yep, okay. 1 minute and 30. So 3 pages is kind of the maximum you would want to do for an intro to a video you want to get into the content quickly with.
This is gonna gargle goat nards and tickle turkey testes.
This is gonna gargle gonards and tickle turkey testes live at the Apollo.
Okay.
Did somebody accidentally drop this video in the toilet? Ugh.
Wow, Funko
Yes, they did.
Professional sales in the same shop. Look at these special effects.
I didn't think about the music, man. I might turn that down a little bit or something. Or maybe I could find the Castlevania track and just let it kind of continue. Like I'll find where it is and then continue it. I'll cut it right in and then maybe put a little high pass filter on it, so it sounds like the short film is still playing. That's one thing I didn't see. It's one thing when the actors are just talking and then you cut to this live action stuff. It's not that jarring, but like for some reason the audio to me there with this,
Sales in the same shop. Look at these special.
it might be not. It probably won't be as noticeable when my voice has been compressed and it's nice and loud, but it does feel jarring right now when the Game Boy music stops. Hopefully it doesn't poke people in the ears and eyes in the final thing, like it is me now. I never played that Castlevania game.
I'm not playing Bible Black.
I'm not playing Oni-chan Bara.
Yeah, I'm not playing Bubsby 3D.
I feel like this would have been better to do in a close-up. Obviously, the robots can't really jiggle around and mime like they have been walked in on while playing creepy, slightly pornographic games. I'm not sure this joke is going to really land.
I'm not playing Bubsby 3D.
I don't know.
Hey, Adam, what's up?
I'm not playing.
I think people will get it. I hope.
Can you even get in trouble for playing video games at a video game store?
Okay, so that's where we're at.
Can you even get in trouble for playing?
So we don't need to hear these anymore. Those are the two lines that we just heard in that medium wide on Rick and Topsy. We're going to scoot out back over here. I really hate in Premiere that these markers. Yeah, see, this is a fella's name who submitted a riff that we used. I assume it's for this joke. And Premiere won't scoot these markers along when you use the drag all function. I find that very annoying. And these markers become just disenfranchised and lost very quickly. It's very annoying. Okay, so yeah, we should really sort of concentrate on anytime there's something that's just not Topsy at all, we'll totally get rid of it. But we do have like a little thing here.
Yeah, serious applicants only.
And I think we goofed and didn't film this. I don't think we filmed this at all.
I just like that they're already.
These two. I guess. No, I think this comment's gonna have to disappear. It's not incredibly important. It's not a big deal. We did mess up and not film it though. Wide on everyone. Okay, so what happened there is instead of shooting it in a wide, we decided we would shoot it as a medium on flux, and then we were only worrying about Jason's lines there, and then these two comments just kind of vanished. Not a big deal. I'm fairly certain that's what happened. I'm going to go confirm that just in case. So we will break our new rule for today and go worry about a flux shot. I like how we're kind of like making these 90s jokes, but I have a Game Informer that came out, I believe, this month. I think this is May 2018. Game Informer. I thought I looked so hard for my old Game Informers, because I was a Game Informer subscriber for a long time. I wanted to find some of the classic ones. I swear to God, I had the one where they covered the first Resident Evil. That would have been really cool to have, but couldn't find it. These things did not survive the ages. I'm supposed to say here, well, that's all I can see now, and turn off the TV. That's supposed to go between these two shots right here. So I goofed in my editing last night. It's in here somewhere. I don't think it's anything that involves Topsy, so we have to kind of forget about it for now. Okay, back to Flux. Time just absolutely flies when you're doing this stuff. It's really hard to 100% stay on your main task because you're finding out.
Yes, just like that.
Okay, so we're getting ready to do a take. My wrist and my arm are cocked at just like it's the kind of like thing, if you're familiar with, kind of like it's a thing that like prison guards will do to restrain you. It's kind of a not martial arts, but like they train you to bend people's wrists when you're coming at them to make them move the way that you want them to, and it's kind of like that. It's just absolutely painful. Yeah, have it cocked out at a really funny angle.
Yeah, I just like that they're already openly insinuating they hire lazy sacks of douche at Funko Land.
I wanted to change that to lazy sacks of dong. So we're gonna try to find a good take of that.
Yeah, just like that they're openly... Hold up. Yeah, I just like that they're already openly insinuating they hire lazy sacks of douche at Funko Land.
That hand turned to totally. Yeah, this is early on, so we're still getting the hang of things. And if you go here and look here, we can get like a better idea of where he's talking. So we want to jump all the way over here. I gotta remember to do that.
Yeah, I just like that they're already openly insinuating they hire lazy sacks of dong at Funko Land.
That's a good take. Going in there. And, you know, we could sneak in. Popsy agreeing with him there, yeah.
Yeah.
And I feel like the comment here was like, yeah, serious applicants only.
Yeah, serious applicants only.
We'll leave this here.
Yeah, serious applicants only.
And you would never do that. You would never want to have a comment as substantial as that without seeing the actor. But maybe I'll think of something later. Like maybe we'll see this in a freeze frame and you'll hear me say that. I'm definitely not driving back out to our set to record that unless I have some other reason to be there. Okay, so we're going to delete that space. Now see, when you delete that, when you do this little trick, which I only became aware of within the last couple of years, it does move the markers with things. If you move them manually with, cursor, it doesn't work. Get on that, Premiere. It turns your project into a total mess. If you have a bunch of markers like this, where we've marked writing credits, that's what these blue things are. They're riffs. They're fan riffs, subscriber riffs. Yeah, we're gonna lose track of who said what. I guess it doesn't really matter so long as their name's in the credits, but it's still annoying. If these were something else that were location specific, like we'll go through while writing something, I will, and you'll have tons of these little guys everywhere, and I write the riffs right there. I've been doing that since day one. I've been working in Premiere since day one, Adobe Premiere, and you make a little edit, and then all of them are off. And if you want to keep them accurate, you got to go through your whole project and adjust them all manually. It's just insane to me that those don't get locked down. You can go into the file themselves, the video itself, like this instance of this video file, and put them in here, and those will not go. Those are embedded there. They'll never go away, but you can't see them in the timeline most of the time. You have to double click on there to go in and see them, and they just, they don't really, out of sight, out of mind.
Colan.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really poorly timed.
Uncolan.
Yeah.
Needs to be closer.
Uncolan.
Yeah.
Land.
Yeah.
Yeah, serious.
So you don't want those kind of on top of each other almost.
Uncolan.
Yeah.
Yeah, serious applicants only.
That sounds pretty natural. Okay, so give me my cut tool, please. We'll get rid of this extra space we don't need.
Serious applicants only.
What do you say? Are you ready to try out your customer service selling skills?
Yes, sir.
Well, before we do that, can you tell
That's just rude.
me what the word games stand for here at Funko Land?
Getting aroused by monochrome entertainment systems.
That is a line that is going to be me. Who said that? Andrew Kobe? I'm terrible with last names for some reason. I just absolutely butcher them. Sorry, Andrew, if you're ever seeing this. Good joke, though. Very good. Thank you.
Oh, I was just getting to that part.
Adam, it's really important you understand the game's process.
Man, that guy is just an absolute towhead of a man. He's a toe of a man. Worse than Robert Pattinson.
Or I'll have to pwn you, Adam.
Okay, so we have top scene here. So we're gonna skip. That's the riff we just heard. We just heard that riff. That's not a riff. It's quality stuff. Eat your hearts out, riff tracks. So this is a wide that's just Rick and Flux talking. We don't need to worry about that. We've got Topsy right here, and we are in a medium wide on Rick and Topsy for that for those comments. Let's backtrack a little here. There's one such. Let's make those a particular color so we can jump back to them, because a lot of these are going to be. Let's go to cerulean, like Shovel Knight, and we will be able to find these quickly. Probably the one right after that, maybe.
Racist?
Oh wow, that's way ahead. We must have just let it roll for quite a while. Come on, guys. What are we saying here?
Okay, so he needs to be looking right into.
And we're getting reference for where people should be looking, because I think right there we're saying okay, yeah, so I had just said this. That's what we're setting up. And again, we're going from a wide where you see Rick and Topsy to a medium wide, so matching action is always a scary thing. You need to kind of right to avoid that. You want to kind of go into a close-up to break up stuff, so if someone's moving their arm a certain way or puppet's eyes are looking off a certain way, and you cut out from the wide to the medium wide, the action isn't clashing between the two. Of course, if you have multiple cameras, this really isn't a problem. We don't. We have one.
You gotta really come at quick.
We are a one-camera puppet show. Should have kind of like gone over the couch and like just given it a massage to get rid of this ugliness. Like, ugh. It's one of those couches where, you kind of have to pet it to get all of the, this is against the grain. Oh well, no one's gonna care but me. Who care? Where did they even get this lovely couch? My idea is it's in a lounge somewhere and they pushed it in.
I don't want you to.
Oh, she really cut me off there.
Over. No, I go like, I don't want you to have an
Oh, she's laughing. That's good.
epic,
At this hour, if people are laughing, it's a miracle. It makes me very happy.
epic fail. Shut the fuck.
Okay, so I got my cheesy dad joke face going here. Yeah. I don't know what happened there. Looking down at my lines. We don't want that.
I don't want you to have an epic fail.
So we don't have to take the time to, get the, well.
Yeah, kids, hot tip. If your dad's saying it, you should probably stop.
I don't want you.
That does line up pretty well. You don't have to quite nail the beginning of the mouth light, but you gotta stop at the same place.
Yeah, kids, hot tip. If your dad's saying it, you should probably stop.
I don't want you to have an epic fail.
Okay. Alright, I'm gonna do myself a favor in the future so I don't have to go through hours of this, even though I probably will anyway. And God, I don't like the way the Premiere CC kind of does this up here. Do I already have? No, no. I don't know what I did there. Ah. Do I already have? No, I don't have our. I don't have our little sensor thing. Let's get. These are our little sensor sound effects. Maybe we'll start using more Super Mario and classic game sounds. Maybe like the Metal Gear Solid alert noise. I'm gonna edit this right here, so. See, I was looking at auto-generated captions the other day, and even if you bleep out the F-bombs, the captions still put it in there anyway, so I imagine we are wasting our time censoring ourselves because the video is still like, oh, naughty words, demonetized.
Shut the up now.
Let's back a little further, maybe.
Shut the up now. Shut the up now.
Yeah. Turn on auto captions and let me know if you're hearing it. If you're hearing an F-bomb right there. Or if you're hearing an F-bomb. If you're seeing the F word in the captions.
Shut the up now.
Probably. Probably.
An epic fail.
Shut the up now.
Yeah, this video is definitely demonetized at this point. That's okay. Nobody's going to watch this anyway, right? Okay, so that's the end of that particular video file. So What is this?
I don't want you to epic fail your test.
Oh, I didn't say it correctly. Did I rewrite it? Huh. I must have, when I was transcribing things over from the audio recording of the scratch tracks to the script, either decided I wanted it changed or goofed. I'm going to guess I goofed because I don't think I like that as much.
I'll be back in, let's say, about an hour or so, and we'll practice. Okay?
Yeah, sure.
Great. We'll see you then.
Eat shit, boss.
So these are all off-camera jokes. I really would like to put the guys in the couch down here, and we would have to sit down and have quite a pretty. We probably need at least 4 people, myself included, maybe 5, to make it happen. Because in real time, you'd see me sitting here and Topsy sitting here in Flux, and I'm not even talking about having it facing the other way, although that's kind of what we do, isn't it? I had imagined it really different since we've been using face cams and having us face this way. Instead of the usual fare where we're looking this way. But anyway, not happening. This is going to be kind of riff track style. No visual representation of us. They're very short clips. Maybe we'll add that in the future if this does well. This is kind of a pilot episode in a way. And we have to. I want to faint at the idea of doing that right now. And the other thing too is, like, if you were to do that and put us down in the corner, when you cut to the live action, it is absolutely not going to match. I mean, you could probably get away with it if it's from behind. But yeah, definitely not from the front. The action's not going to match when you cut to these more close-up shots of the characters. Okay, so this is Flux. Topsy doesn't say anything there. We've lost our cover here. That covers up our live action. So this is Topsy who's going to be speaking. What is this?
It's more like John Wayne Gacy took a hot Duke in a public restroom, and then by total coincidence, David Bowie came in and peed glitter all over it.
You can hear that really obvious punch in right there. My tone of voice completely changes.
In a public restroom, and then by total coincidence...
Yeah, I came in like hours later and did that. Doesn't matter, because Nick is going to redo all that. Okay, so we need to find this in script. Okay, not there. Okay, shot 30. And this is a wide. There's a wide on everyone. So, yeah, and we'll go and we'll find another wide. And we'll mark that as green, just like it is in the script. For us, look at this rainbow of colors we have now to choose from in the latest Premiere Pro CC build. Wow, that's actually almost exactly the right green. Okay, to me, Forest is a very deep, dark green, but not Adobe. They would probably know better than me. Okay, so got that. Go over here, and probably this, maybe.
I don't know.
No, we're just jibber jabbering about something. Yeah, you can see. Watch closely the candy counter. It's especially bad now that we're kind of shooting in front of the candy counter. You can see people walking around and shit. Not too hard to fix, but when you're on a time crunch, like you are with a Patreon video, and you're in danger of not being able to pay your rent if you don't post it before the month's up, you have to kind of not care about that stuff as much. We're kind of thinking about becoming a monthly Patreon account instead of a per creation or per video account, because if you're a monthly Patreon account, the patrons get charged regardless of when you post your big video. I mean, they kind of warned us against that Patreon did early on when we signed up, because it's like, only do this if you're uploading a lot of content or making a lot of content. You know, and we are now. We're uploading a lot. Most weeks we have at least 2 videos up. This one might be a little different, because whenever you see the channel slow down, it's because I'm having to do this. I can't dedicate time to getting, like, more parts of a Twitch stream up or whatever it is we're doing that week. And it would really take a lot of the pressure off. You know, I could say to Nick, you know, you could come in, we could wait until next Sunday. The next Sunday you're free, instead of having to have you come in after you've been working your construction job all day, and you're going to have to come in here and do these silly voices when you're exhausted from working your 9 to 5. That would be pretty nice. We'll see what happens. Change is always scary. So we kind of try to really brace people for it and really let you guys know what's up. I'm all about the transparency with you fine gents and fine ladies. Okay, now that we've talked for...
We could.
Okay, so we're still on that there. This is probably something untouched, so you wouldn't see these brackets here.
Do you kids still say pwned?
So we skipped over that.
Right to the camera, but I don't know if it's weird in the shot to get a clean plate with this.
Yeah, we're gonna we had Jason sit here, and this is actually kind of screwed because we have the camera locked down. I'm stopping to tell you guys stuff when I should be working, but you know, I gotta try to make this video at least somewhat informative and entertaining. We wanted to, we had Jason put on the gloves and the mock flux forearms here, and we have our camera locked down, which means effects are very easy to do, and you don't have camera movement. We had Jason kneel down here and put his hand up just like Flux has it here, and the idea was we'll cut it in so that Flux in these wides has very realistic hand movement. Well, completely realistic hand movement. What am I saying? But whilst filming, our camera battery died, and we should have really just had it plugged into the AC supply that we have. But there's just, like, if you could see the, like, disaster, the catastrophe of wires all just off camera here. It was just like, why add another one? And every time we need to move the camera, you know, we have all of the audio cables going to it. We have already so many audio cables going to it. And when we move it, it's just this giant net. This net of wires goes along with it, and it's just, oh, it's the worst. So, God, I wish I really had super effects chops. I would go in and get rid of this hideous carpet. If you've ever listened to my DVD audio commentaries, I despise this carpet. It's just not movie theater carpet. It's terrible, but that would be a complete waste of time and resources. I looked into getting nice theater carpet, like you would actually see in a theater, that like has like popcorn designs and things like that on it, or even just, I could probably find something that would look like theater carpet that was cheap. But if you just Google theater carpet, because it's for a movie theater, it's insanely expensive. Anyway, how about we get some work done? Jesus, Rick. So we've got Jason saying gross there, and I agree, so we can give ourselves a little bit of a break. We're gonna move this up so we can scoot this in, and line this up. That's almost perfect. So we'll get rid of my scratch tracks here.
In a public restroom, and then by total coincidence, David Bowie came in and peed glitter all over it.
We lined up pretty close there.
Came in and peed glitter all over it.
I agree.
Okay, great. We're good. I'll show you guys real quick. We'll jump ahead. This is what you couldn't really hear me chuckling in there at all. Yeah, I just kind of made a really quiet chuckle.
This is going to be actually a little tricky. You're going to want to kind of convert this to mono, especially since you can't hear me. Now this is Jason. Oh, wait. Before we do that, we want to put our voice gate on it. This is my voice gate preset. Voice gate that doesn't murder dialogue. And what that means is a lot of times when you put a voice gate on, the quieter nuances of the person speaking will disappear, like when they're just within their words on a very tiny nanosecond level will kind of disappear. I don't even think I can imitate it, but it sounds very choppy and strange. So you really have to pinpoint where you want the noise gate to be killing things, and you use that to kill the room tone and quieter stuff. You don't want it.
I agree.
Oh boy.
I agree. Gross. Gross.
Huh. Great. Well, I don't know if you guys can hear that, but after being boosted, and we ran this test in the on the set. We had a little computer off to the side, and we put we recorded. We took a video camera card out of the camera, punched it into Audition there on the set to make sure there was nothing like this going on. And here we have it with unusable audio.
Gross.
Every time Jason, hopefully this goes away. Hopefully this is some kind of bad ground that happened or something. But this isn't usable.
Gross.
Every time he speaks, you're going to hear that. So let's come back up just a little bit here. Let's take a listen to what this was.
In a public restroom and then blindfold.
Yeah. Yeah. Great. So that this might be the end of capturing audio live. Jason, I have to redo all that now. Oh boy. There's a lot of doodads that Jason's voice has to run through. It goes into a preamp. That goes to 2 headphone outs. And then one of them goes into the camera. And the other one goes over to the puppet to make the mouth wag, make the mouth move. And somewhere along the way, even though it was not doing it when we tested it, it's picked up this hum. So I probably am going to have to call up Jason and tell him he has to drive over to my house. Doesn't have to. And redo probably everything, I'm going to guess. That's usually our luck. So that is a huge, huge, huge bummer. Yeah, man. I went through a lot of trouble to set this up so that we didn't have to do that. That's it's very, very upsetting. At some point, though, I mean, this stuff like that happens so often. You know, you take it up the pooper so many times. You just stop feeling it. I don't know. It's just got a calloused beehole at this point when it comes to that stuff. And I do have my window wide open as I'm recording this. So, really hoping the neighbors aren't listening too closely to what I'm saying in here. All right. Well, that is very, very, very distressing. I'm not going to enjoy sending that text message to Jason. Let's keep our fingers crossed, and maybe it was just for those wides, and other things are okay. Right? That's not going to be the case, right? I know it.
The first rule at Funko Land is to keep your black face festive.
Ooh, edgelord jokes.
Oh, God.
So we don't see Topsy there. We don't need to bother about finding live action footage.
Was Funko Land racist?
What are you doing?
Yes.
God, I hope. Okay, here's like my heart My stomach just did sink. I'm gonna go in and look at this, and if my audio track has that hum going through it, it didn't cross my mind that it would until just now. We got a huge problem. That means I will have to ADR everything I said, which will take days probably. And it will probably look kind of awkward because ADR, unless you're just some kind of like, sometimes it's okay, but most of the time, even like I said last night, I'll see TV shows, big budget TV shows where it's like, oh, that was ADR, and then that looked really awkward. It's a very hard thing to do, to reproduce things exactly the way you said them. There's some software that'll help you out, but you can't do a whole lot with it, or you start sounding very strange and digital. I don't even want to go look at this, man. You're trying to save time by recording right into the camera with the audio, and those preamps on those cameras. I can't blame the preamp on the 5D. I've recorded stuff that's just me. Just the one microphone. This is the first time I had two mics going in. And, oh god, I just don't even want to play this. Because I'm so... Yep. That's where we're at. All of our audio is completely unusable. It was not doing that on the set. This is a disaster, guys. This is a disaster. This is bad stuff.
All right, well, there's that barbed wire dildo I've been telling you guys about. You've met the barbed wire dildo, but you haven't gotten to know the barbed wire dildo. That'll be the next entry. Obviously, things worked out. You know that now. But you're gonna get to see how I corrected all of that terrible noise interference, and hopefully I don't get too grumbly and too whiny while I do it. I'm sure I do, but maybe that's fun to listen to for some people. I don't know. I can't stand it. But anyway, guys, you have been here for 2.5 hours plus. I want to thank you for watching this. Let me know you're a watch boss in the comments. I feel like I'm probably talking to 3 people, literally 3 people right now. If there's more than you, please let me know. Anyway, guys, I'm going to get out of here. I hope you have an awesome 4th of July weekend. Let's date this video terribly. It doesn't matter. Anyway, guys, I'm going to get out of here. Go have fun, and I will see you in part 4.